Got Tayla Parx is in the house. I got a more questions about your music career. So, how do you start your music career? Because you've been telling me about your acting career. How do you start your music career?
Well, it's so funny because it started off in music, and then all of a sudden it switched over to acting. And then when I decided, hey, I've been doing this acting thing for the past few years,
Right.
and it was kind of an accident,
Okay.
a big accident. And I was like, I want to go back to music. I want to go back to the thing that comes natural for me, that's real for me.
Right.
And nobody wanted to write with me or write for me.
Oh.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
right.
It was literally like, well, now you're an actress and you have to prove yourself as a musician.
Right.
You know? Which happens. And I said, I kind of had to come to, I'm around like 13 at this time, 13 or 14, and I'm like, wow, okay, I have to prove to people that I love what I started off doing anyway.
Wow.
I'm
That's
up for
amazing.
the challenge.
You're up for the challenge.
I'm up for the challenge.
That's awesome. Your first, well, tell me one song that you like the most the whole time. Any song.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's a hard question, but yeah.
It really
it's
is
a
so
random
hard
question.
because when I woke up this morning, I found out some really, really good news. I found out that I have the number 3 record at Pop Radio, the number 1 record at Billboard Dance, and the number 5 record at Rock Radio,
Right.
and the number 15 at Alternative Rock.
Right.
Those are completely different types of music, and I think that I love each song for a completely different reason. One of the songs, like the Panic at the Disco song, High Hopes, right?
Okay.
My mom loves it because it says, Mama said you can do anything, you know, be something great, and all those, it's super inspiring,
Right.
you know? Love Lies is kind of, with Khalid and Normani, it's a completely different tone. I think that all of these songs have a little piece of me in them.
I want to ask you about the song Runaway also.
Yes.
The one with Khalid. And also Chris Brown on also that you did with, oh my God. There's a lot of great names out there. How does it start? What's your thought about Khalid and Chris Brown personally?
Khalid and Chris Brown both are incredibly talented, you know, individuals within the game. You know, Chris Brown has been doing this since he was around like 14 or 15, killing it ever since consistently.
Right.
And Khalid comes with a completely different take as a male artist. You know, as a male artist doing R&B or pop, alternative R&B. They both have completely different aspects, but impact our culture in a very similar way, to where Chris Brown can dance, you know, and perform and write, and same thing as Khalid. You know, he kind of comes in, he has a crooner voice, and you know it's his voice the moment that it shows up. And working with them both was 2 completely different experiences, but they're both incredible in their own right.
Right.
And I loved it.
You love it. All right. How did you did the music with them? Like, you know, his guy, or your guy, or how does it work?
So basically, they first reached out to me about Khalid. I think this is even before his first massive hit. And I believe that's before Location. They reached out to me, and they were just basically like, there's this new artist named Khalid out, and because I had already done a lot of records with, you know, artists, you know, they were massive at the time. They were just like, yo, would you be open to it? And for me, I don't care what you've done before or after the moment that we've worked together. I just want to work with people who have a good soul and who I can have fun working with. And I think that Khalid was one of those people. Well, I know that he was, you know, because we continue to work together to this day, and it's pretty amazing. And then Chris, I wrote the song separate, but we've met each other numerous times throughout my career. And every single time he's been consistent and just the same chill person. You know, so that was one where he heard the song and said, you know, I want to keep this girl on the song. He didn't realize that he's met me before 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's how big artists are, I think.
You know, and it's fine. You know, I didn't even care. I was just like, you know, I'm just happy that you like this song.
Wow. All right, so we'll be back with you, and we're gonna talk again. I was gonna ask about your most difficult song to write. You gotta think about it, but right now, Kita akan langsung balik lagi untuk lagu selanjutnya. Ini ada Kellan Boy, Stay Sun, so New Motion dari 75. So it's gonna be 4 cut. So there's a lot more questions here, but I'm gonna ask you on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.